So I've got the oil system just about mocked up, ready to prime and make sure the engine builds and holds oil pressure. All I really got left to do is fill the engine with oil and put my gauge on. We'll see what happens. I've cut an old distributor housing down, and I could just put a drill, cordless drill on the shaft, and that's just gonna spin the oil pump without doing anything else, and it should build up the pressure, so we'll see what it looks like.
After quite a bit of messing around with oil levels and a couple different configurations, we got a solid 50 pounds of oil pressure with a drill spinning the pump at about 3,200 RPM. Just double checked the cam position, so I degreed it. I never actually took the pulley off of the camshaft, so I was pretty certain it was going to stay where it was supposed to, so I just double checked it, and sure enough, it's right where we wanted it. You can see my little test assembly here. I had to weld a nut onto the crank bolt, and then I was able to mount my degree wheel that way. So after cycling it through, those are my numbers, which is exactly where it's supposed to be. Last season, I was trying to get the power to come in a little bit earlier, so this cam spec to be degreed at 102 degrees. So I backed it off 2 degrees in hopes that I can lower that torque curve just a little bit and bring it in a little bit earlier. So we're sitting right at 100 degrees.
Just doing the final valve set on the cylinder head before we button it up for good. I was showing a buddy of mine how I do this one day last season with my custom rocker arms and my custom solid lifters, and he watched me struggle with a regular feeler gauge that I had to slice down to fit inside the spring retainer and the rocker arm. And then he comes back to me a couple days later with this little guy, and it's a single tool. It has 8,000 for the exhaust, 6,000 for the intake, and it's compact. Fits right in there, nice and easy. We're good to go. So that was the last one. This sucker's ready to put these valve covers on for the last time.
What I got going on here, inside the kind of filler neck, I guess, for the engine, where the water goes in. This is the thermostat housing, if it was still being used as a thermostat housing. What I had done is I just gutted out a thermostat and put that in there. It just kind of restricts the water a little bit so it can stay in the radiator for a little bit longer and cool down. I'm gonna try taking this out first, just because the electric water pump motor isn't gonna spin as fast now at high RPMs. So I'm gonna try taking it out and seeing how it works. If we find we have issues, we can try sticking it in, see if it works any better, but for now, I think this will be the way to go. Just putting the carburetor back together. I took the whole thing apart, cleaned out everything, put it all back together, a couple fresh gaskets, and bolt it back in. That's it. Carb to oil pan. The engine's complete. That means I gotta clean all this mess up and actually pull the car out and get it into a position where we can throw this thing in. There's one more thing I gotta do once it's off the stand, and that's really my big speed secret. It's not much of a secret around here, but as I've come to learn over the years, it's not as common as I thought it was. And it's the reason why this engine keeps up with the Mustangs and the Ecotechs and the Hondas and the Toyotas. This, for everything we did into it, if I can dyno it at 100 horsepower,
we're gonna be jumping for joy. There's one reason why it performs as well as it does against the competition that I'm up against, and you guys will find out what that is next time I see ya. Cheers, thanks for watching.